But what I'm telling you is the impact that he has on this team. The moment he sat down, they went 10 possessions without making a basket. They lost to the Hornets. They lost to the Hornets. You have to be special. No, you have to be special to be losing to the Hornets. Welcome back to the MVP podcast. My name is Bman. I'm here with Sosa. We're back again with an NBA episode.
Yeah.
And we've tried this a couple of times and it hasn't really worked out, has it?
Like, we've done 3 and I'm pretty sure 2 of them got scrapped.
Yeah. And one of them that we put out was just a part of a bigger podcast that we just couldn't release at all because we had some issues with the audio and stuff like that.
Originally, our first video here was an NBA one.
Yeah.
But
it never worked out.
Yeah,
it never worked out. But we're here now. Everything should hopefully be fine. People, I hope you appreciate that getting the sound right, getting the lighting right is ridiculously hard.
Yeah, it takes so much. Oh, brother, it takes like an hour, man.
It takes forever. Anyway, we're here now. We're set up. Everything is looking good. Let's just get into the NBA right now. I think the first thing that I wanted to talk about was just like an overall, like things that have happened that maybe need to be touched on.
Okay,
one of them,
brief news.
Yeah. One of them is the hugging contest between Kat and Joel Embiid.
You see, that wasn't a hugging contest. They knew they couldn't swing.
Yeah.
They knew they couldn't swing. So it's a case of, well, if you can't swing, I'm just going to grab you and I'm going to just
dash you down. There's no fighting in the NBA.
No fighting.
Last time someone threw a punch, he was suspended for 14 games? 7 games? Brandon Ingram? Yeah, he did.
Well, no, Chris Paul was the guy who threw the first punch.
Yeah, but then he came out of nowhere. He got the lengthiest one because he blindsided everyone, trying to go for it. Yeah. But I'm slightly disappointed in Karl Anthony Towns.
Why?
Just because both him and Drummond have been like Joel Embiid's like favorite victims at the moment. The two of them, he goes at them. And I'm just disappointed that he didn't let his game do the talking, because the only way that he could get him to shut up is by dominating him, not by doing all of that. He's feeding into Joel Embiid's very childish nature by doing what he did.
He was having a good game before he got kicked out.
He was averaging, leading up to the game, was averaging 32 and 13.
I'm saying in the game, like he was like on like 19 and like 8 or something.
I hope he just realizes, and someone around him is telling him, like, look, the only way you can beat Embiid is to make sure that you dominate him. Just dominate him and he won't have anything to say to you anymore.
If you have wins against him, like if you've beaten him, then he can't say anything to you.
Exactly. So
that's why to be fair, though, Al Horford's a grown-ass man, but he never said anything to Al Horford or anyone like that.
I don't think you want to say anything to Al Horford. Al Horford is just he's the most one of the most likable guys.
When them two are fighting, and then obviously Ben Simmons got by him, wrapped around the arm. And then you see Al Horford like, I'm too old for this. It's a young man's sport. I'm not doing this.
No, it's not for him. He's a vet now. He's a vet now. But the person that isn't a vet, that is playing like a vet, that is acting like a vet, is Luka Doncic. He went toe to toe with LeBron James, and LeBron James had to take notice and pull out one of his best performances in recent
over Luka Doncic's ass.
Over Luka Doncic.
Damn. You know what? That game, it was the future versus the right now.
I like how you said right now for LeBron. It hurts me that people are saying LeBron has gone past it when he puts up performances like that.
Say look, listen, I'm not a LeBron stan, neither am I a LeBron hater. I'm like a LeBron neutral.
Yeah.
So he is right now. Like, as far as players go, there's very few that are at his level.
Yeah.
But Luka is that guy. I told you when we did that last podcast. Yeah. He's special.
He is special. He is special.
Trae Young over here.
I just know what Trae Young's ceiling is. I just couldn't see Luka Doncic's ceiling. That's the thing. Is like if someone went back to, I think it was 2009, Tyreke Evans. Everyone thought his ceiling was going to be ridiculous. Obviously, Tyreek's going to watch this and he's going to say, what the hell is he talking about? How dare he compare Tyreke Evans to Luka Doncic? I'm not comparing them. Tyreke, I'm really sorry. I'm not comparing them. I know how much you love Luka, right? But what I'm trying to tell you is, just like with Tyreke Evans, you couldn't see his ceiling. Now, what I'm saying is Luka Doncic's ceiling could be Hall of Famer. But at the same time, I feel like Luka Doncic's ceiling could be...
Tyreke Evans.
Not Tyreke Evans, obviously. but it could be a really hot start and it could dip very quickly. When with Trae, his game perfectly translates into what the NBA looks like today. No, that's what I'm trying to say.
That's a fair assessment, because Luka Doncic, as far as his game goes, like he is like a cross between a point guard / small forward.
He is. He's pretty much the starting point guard.
And like it's so difficult to have a guy that big be able to have vision and be able to pass over other guards. So it's unheard of. When Tyreek Evans was doing it, it was like wow, and like you knew this guy was a point guard, but I don't want to talk about the Kings right now because the Kings are finished right now.
Bye.
But like he was played as a small forward, and that didn't suit him. Luka's been playing as a point, which just suits his game, which
much more
ridiculously, fit into this mouse. Rick Carlisle's done a wicked job integrating him and Kristaps because it seems like they've been playing for years, and they've been literally playing for like 6 months.
I think what's really funny about Luka Doncic is just because of the fact that when he was on, they were on fire. They were winning by, I think, they got as far as 13 points ahead, and he was just dishing the ball like nothing, creating his own shot, rebounding. It was ridiculous. And then he got 2 fouls. And this is the Lakers game a couple of days ago. Yeah. Now, I'm not doing no play-by-play action, but what I'm telling you is the impact that he has on this team. The moment he sat down, they went 10 possessions without making a basket. That is the difference that he makes. All of a sudden, their play was stagnant and it was so easy to defend.
It reminds me of Russell Westbrook's MVP season, where literally he was like the guy on the court, and then as soon as he went off the court, like the rest of the team couldn't get a basket between them. Obviously, he's not. It's not the same scenario because they still have decent players, but it has that kind of.
It genuinely has that kind of effect, but it's like the whole comment where you're either living or dying by the three, and Dallas are walking this really thin line where they're living or dying by Luka Doncic right now, because with him, they know exactly what they're doing. Without him, not so much. But that is something that Coach Rick Carlisle can do something about. He is one of the best.
Kristaps is going to have a big part to play in this, because when Luka's going to be on the bench, you expect Kristaps to be in the game at some point. Yeah. And he'd be there to just feed him in the post, out. Just anyway, this guy's going to do anywhere. But he'll be the one that will be getting points whilst Luka's getting rest. Yeah. And then obviously coming to the final minutes of the game, they're both in the court.
Yeah.
But
it's even Kristaps Porzingis here and there looked a little bit shaky, but that's to be expected considering the injury that he came from. But I was going to mention about Luka Doncic. For one, he went toe-to-toe with LeBron. That's how I started the whole segment, is that he was not afraid to go at LeBron. But one thing that stood out for me even more, and I mentioned this yesterday while I was watching the game to you, is that he went at Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
He went at Anthony Davis. Now, Anthony Davis is a good length taller than him, longer wingspan and everything, and he hit him with a step back three, and it daggered in. I mean, what kind of confidence do you need to be able to do that to both LeBron James and Anthony Davis in the same game? It really was, to me, that was like a yo, listen, I am actually here. Like I am going to be the guy now. I'm going to be the guy next year. I'm going to be the guy the year after that. And if he keeps this play going, this guy's is just going to be something special.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is Luka love fest right now. Luka Doncic is that guy.
He really is that guy. Now the next story is not all that positive. Steph Curry went out with a broken hand. He's out for 2 months. As if this Golden State Warriors team wasn't hit with enough injuries anyway. Losing Kevin Durant, losing Sean Livingston, losing Andre Iguodala, losing Jordan Bell. And I know that's not going to ring a lot for people. Get it? Pun. But he was a big deal at the club. And now all they have left is D'Angelo Russell and Draymond Green. Like what do you expect from this team going forward now?
I picked it. They weren't making the playoffs.
I did as well.
This is while Steph Curry was healthy.
Yeah.
The fact he's not playing just means
it's just that much worse.
They're getting a high lottery pick now, not a late lottery pick.
Yeah. One of my least favorite executives or general managers is Joe LaCob. Is that what it's called? The Golden State Warriors. I can't stand him. Ever since those crocodile tears because of Kevin Durant's injury, when they full well knew that they were the one that put him in the position in the first place.
Kevin, he when he was on that Stephen A. Smith first take, he goes, "Well, listen, I wanted to play." I was asking,
but of course he wanted to play.
Like, you're not gonna if a guy, if the staff said, "Yo, this guy looks legit to play," and he is chomping at the bit to play, let him play.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's not what I wanted to say. But he said these were his comments, and he said tanking We never tank. It's not part of what we do. It's not our culture. But the moment that I properly came into the league myself, when I started watching basketball, that was the year that they were tanking. Then they ended up getting Harrison Barnes, I found out afterwards. But yeah, they did tank. And all of a sudden now it's like, oh, no, you have to tank. As a matter of fact, you don't have a choice. Your team is that poor. They lost to the Hornets. They lost to the Hornets. You have to be special. No, you have to be special to be losing to the Hornets. They had no Draymond Green playing that game either, and had no D'Angelo Russell playing. That team is so poor.
All I know is PJ Washington and Cody Zeller have been,
they've been balling out. You got Dwayne Bacon as well that's been balling out. Devontae Graham. Yeah, look, we got these guys, but these guys are not. You can't be coming into a game. You cannot be coming into a game thinking, oh man, I've got Cody Zeller to guard today, man. It's like that's not how the game is gonna go. You cannot be scared of any individual on that team.
Some wins, man. They've done well.
And they shouldn't have. They are meant to bottom out. I want them to get 0 wins this year.
Well, that's not happening now.
Yeah, that's not happening now, obviously, yeah. But Golden State they are going to tank.
If Golden State gets more than 20 wins, I'll buy you a new hat.
Yeah, standard. It's caught on camera as well. I'll take it.
I don't see them, like, Steph's not going to be out for like 2 months. Steph's going to be out for like 6. They're going to say, oh, yeah,
he's out for way more. Yeah. He's a broken hand. And on top of that, he's getting his shooting motion back.
Draymond's looking a bit shaky now. He's day-to-day and that. He's looking likely that he might not play a couple of games. Like, it's to that point where the literally starting 5 from last year is just gone.
Exactly. And this current starting 5 is just that poor.
Jordan Poole?
I don't even know who that is.
Then third?
Willie Cauley-Stein. What's that point guard called? I don't even know who he is. I'll be honest with you. But what's funny is, right now, currently, other than D'Angelo Russell, no one is averaging more than 13 points a game.
That's disgusting.
That's pretty bad.
So you're telling me no one's averaging over 13 points a game? D'Angelo Russell's averaging what, 20?
19.
19.
Yeah.
He's averaging 19.
Steph was averaging 20. So
I don't think these guys could ever crack 60 points in a game, if that's the case.
Yeah, they are really going to be poor. Like, genuinely, I think the Golden State Warriors, the thing is, I don't know who's coming in the draft. I haven't looked at anything or whatever.
Before we jump onto anything else, I just want to say the NBA is kind of broken. Like, that Washington Rockets game.
Oh my God. I don't even know how that worked out. Like 150 points.
We were watching that at the same time.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought, oh, this game's in overtime. Legit, this game's in overtime. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, they made an error in the bottom corner. I was like, they didn't put OT on there. It's like, and then the commentator would say, yeah, and we've got a couple of seconds left in regulation. Like, what?
Exactly. That's high scoring. Their defense must have been that poor, or the offense must have just been that ridiculous in order to. Because we didn't watch the first 2 quarters, did we? So we don't even know how they even got to the stage. We just kind of looked at the phone and was like, yo, listen, dude, they're like in the 120s already, and there's like a quarter to go.
There's been so many 140 games
this year, but the offense is that much faster. This is why so many records are being broken. It's just because the tempo is that much faster that people are automatically going to get more possessions, they're going to get more baskets, and they're going to break records. Although some of the records set in the early 80s are probably never going to get broken, ever.
Yeah, the Wilt records.
I watched King of the Fourth Quarter on YouTube. By the way, if he ever watches it, lit. He did a NBA 2K challenge where he simmed 10 seasons along to see who would be MVP and who would be doing really well.
Yeah.
And the 3-point record got absolutely bombed. Like Ray Allen, who's number 1 right now, was 15th. And I see that. I generally see that. The people are going to break these 3-point records.
Yeah, when there's people like Trae Young, Steph and Clay are not that far off it. James Harden will probably get, if not beat, probably will beat it. There's already like 5 players you can probably name right now that'll beat it.
Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, if the injuries don't kill him off, Klay Thompson. If anything, Luka Doncic and Donovan Mitchell could probably break the records as well with the amount of threes that they're hitting. I didn't even mention Trae Young. So there'll be a lot. But I think that's all we have for today's episode, man.
Yeah. I'm I need to watch some more NBA tonight, man.
100%.
I need to watch more NBA.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And I say this every time, like, subscribe, do your thing, share it, man. It's all just good fun for us. And we hope that we got you to enjoy it as well. And we'll be back again soon. Peace.